Inkproducts.com has now released its newest refill kit for HP's new Envy printer that uses the number 61 cartridge. I'm going to show you how to fill the cartridges when they go empty, and you still can use them. Even though you won't get an ink level, you still can continue to print. In the kit, we give you a separate syringe and tip for each color, one for the black. We give you the prime tools to reprime the print head up after you fill the cartridge, storage clips or refill clips, print head cleaner, and a little soaking tray. Show you how that works. Now what I did is I cut out an old box. I put my ink bottle in the box like this. This way you can't knock it over. If you don't want to get ink on your hands, go buy yourself a set of cheap rubber gloves. But you're going to get everything in the kit, and if you watch this video, you're going to see how easy it is to fill it. Now let me open this up. Now on this one here, the color one, which is what I'm going to show you, black, it's very simple. But underneath the label, there's little holes. You can see them there. Now I used a heat gun and I peeled the label off. Now you don't have to peel the label off. But I wanted to show you what was underneath the label. Then I'm going to put it in a refill or storage clip. You can use it for storage or refilling, so ink cannot leak out when you're refilling. Now if you have some cartridges that are dried out or they're not printing correctly, we give you this little round soaking tray, and you're going to put some head cleaner and let it sit there for about a half an hour. Now if you just take them out of the printer and they just ran empty, you don't have to do that. But this has been sitting out for a while, and I'm just cleaning the print head. And get a piece of paper napkin and you can dry off the bottom of that print head. And if you want, you can reuse the cleaner over and over again. Okay, now I put the color cartridge in the refill clip, and then in the kit you're going to get little toothpicks, because a lot of times we're asked, well, what color goes where? Well, the easiest way to find out if you're not sure, because this kit will refill a lot of the HP cartridges, any of them that look like, we call them the mini cartridge. That's the 61, same as the 60, same as the 901 or the 50. You can use this kit in a lot of the cartridges. But now to find out the color, push the toothpick all the way down, pull it out. That's magenta. So I know that one's magenta. Now you can go right through the label. You don't have to take the label off. Poke a hole in the label. There's your cyan, and you know the top one's going to be yellow. So if I had my label on, I would just mark MCY. So that's how you can learn what to refill. Now it doesn't matter which hole you go in. Now because we give you a small injector with a very small tip to go in, so you can go right into the sponge. And then for the black, we give you a larger syringe. But usually this syringe here holds 3 milliliters of ink. That's usually enough. One of those is usually enough to refill that chamber back up. I want to point this out. Two things. It says discard after use. These are veterinarian syringes. You're not dealing with blood, so pay no attention. Don't wash them out. You don't need to. But I will point this out. The tips are very sharp. And that's so when you go into the sponge, you don't core the sponge. You don't damage the sponge. So be very careful when you're dealing with this after you inject your ink. Now, don't ever try to just put the plastic cap on. Don't do it that way. I'll show you the way that I was taught. Take the needle, go into the plastic cap holder like that, and push it down. Now it's on. Keep it out of the reach of any children or pets. This is use common sense. Put it in a little plastic box, store it so nobody can get at it. That's up to you. That's your responsibility. Now, I'm going to fill it up with ink, and I'm going to go in and slowly fill the cartridge up. Okay, now I just took the little insert around the bottle off. Now I filled it up. Now, because I know it's going to be yellow, I go in to the sponge and I just slowly add. Take your time. Give it a chance for that sponge inside to absorb the ink. Now, if you see the ink starting to bubble out, pull back slightly on the plunger and put the rest back in the ink bottle. But HP does not put a lot of ink in these. You probably can get more ink in it than what it came with. And there it goes. Stay a little bit out. I pull back. Now that was 2 cc's of ink. That's all that cartridge will hold. And whatever is left on top, take your paper napkin and blot it. And top off all the colors. Now remember, you don't have to take the label off. You can go right through the little hole. I'll show you that in a minute, how to do that. Okay, now, if you left the label on, which is what you should do, because air has to go into that cartridge from these little side, and put little indentations in the cartridge so the air can go into those chambers. But what you can do is, you can just find the hole like I just did there, see? Leave the other one alone. So now, you can also take the toothpick and go and find it like I'm doing now. There you go, there's your magenta. And you can leave that hole just like that. You don't have to tape over it. Now, if you want to, you can, but you don't have to. That's it. That's how simple it was to fill it. Now, I'm going to show you how to use the prime tool. Because when you're running out of ink, you got to reprime that print head back up. Otherwise, a lot of people fill them and put them in, they don't work. Well, now you're going to have to learn how to prime it up. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to get 2 inserts. One for black, and the shorter one is for color. So I'm going to slide it in, and then I'm going to use the larger syringe as a vacuum syringe to pull. You'll see. Now on the purge tool, there's a little hole in the bottom. That's why we use a Laura slip, so you can slide it right in that hole, and then you'll be able to pull down. And that's going to suck ink through that sponge into the print head. So when you put it back in, it's going to work right away. Pull down a little bit. You'll see a little ink come in there. That's just what you want, just a little bit. Now when I take it off, I'll dab it on a paper napkin to see if I got all my 3 colors after refilling it. You got to see all 3 colors. Right there. Now I took it out. I'm going to press it down on the paper napkin, clean it off a little bit. There. Now I'm seeing 3 colors. That's what you want to see. Now you can put it back in. You can clean it off with a little cleaner. Go in, put it back in the printer. Now the black obviously only has 1 hole. So the black's even easier. Now if you want, you can rinse the tool out, this tool with a little warm water. Don't rinse the syringe out, because you'll damage the plunger inside. Just wipe it off real good. There again, it's going to say discard after use. You don't need to discard it. That's how quick and simple it was to fill it up. Okay, now let's close it up. I'll go over to the printer. It says cartridge missing or damaged because I had it out and it's been depleted. Okay, now I just got done filling all the color chambers in the black. Now I'm going to do a quality report. So I'll go up to the little wrench, touch that, go to tools, print quality report. Let's see what I'm getting. I just filled all the chambers. I did a purge. Everything looked good. I saw my 3 colors on the paper towel. Now remember, you're going to get the exclamation mark because the magenta showed that it was out. Then you're going to get it for the cyan and the yellow and the black. But it'll let you continue to print. There you go. I just filled that cartridge. See, I can show a little bit of the black is left, but most of the colors are almost out. That's how simple it was with our new Ultimate Refill Kit. For HP MV, on this model it's 5530, but it's for all the MV models.